What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another reaction video, and I'm super excited about this one. You want to know why? Because it's playoff season! Let's go ahead and get right into it, okay?
It's a blessing, man. I can, like I always do, man, and more than ever, just thank God. Thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, man. It's been a blessing. It's been a heck of a year, and I thank God I can just go another week with my teammates. This is like a dream come true as how close we are as a team. Like, we're really, really close. Offense, defense, special teams, like, we're all men well together, and just have another week to go at it with my brothers. It's a blessing, you know. So I'm super excited for this team and the city of Houston, and I'm just blessed to be in the position I am.
You know how crazy it is that the way that Houston flipped the switch in 1 year. Flipped the switch. What was the record? Hold on 1 second. I just need to check something. Record 2022, right? So their record in 2022 was 3 wins, 13 losses, and then 1 tie, right? And then in 2023, their record is 10 wins, 7 losses. Like, they're above 500. And they have a rookie quarterback and a first-time head coach. You know how insane that is? And he dominated. What was the final score? Let me just make sure. What was the final score right here for this game? 45-14. Mind you, everyone was talking about how Joe Flacco's got experience. The defense is #1 for Cleveland Brown, the #1 defense in the NFL. They just got their butts handed to them, okay? 45-14 with an experienced coach, an experienced quarterback, and the #1 defense. The Texans took them down with a rookie quarterback, first-time head coach, and a bunch of young guns. What a time to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. But let's go ahead and jump right back into it.
It's cool, man. It's really cool. I mean, I put a lot of hard work in. My teammates do. And it's cool to see the fruits of your labor come to be true. So I'm super blessed to be considered with a great name like Michael Vick, who was my favorite quarterback growing up. So I'm super blessed, and hopefully I can make it too.
Hey, that money hit, huh, CJ? That money hit, huh?
Christian faith in Jesus Christ and God. And D'Amico talked about his faith and how blessed he was today and how blessed this team was. You've got to feel like God has a ton to do with where this team is too, don't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have a lot of God-fearing brothers on the team and God-fearing sisters on the staff. So I think definitely God is at the forefront of our minds, and we play for an audience of one. Even when everything's going crazy, you can lock in and just have peace, you know. So I'm blessed enough to even have a leader like D'Amico who's open with his faith. You know, it's hard. Like, people hold you to a standard, and that's what we want as Christians. You know, we're holding our own crosses, and we're trying to be like Christ as much as possible. And we make mistakes. We're not perfect, you know, but at the same time, we know that with God, we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. So just really blessed to be part of just a great group of God-fearing men.
Okay, so if you didn't know, football and religion are very, very intertwined with one another. I personally never played football. I wish I did when I was growing up, but I'd never played football. But what I do know is that the way religion and football are really intertwined with one another, it's actually like interesting to watch, because there will be times, like, I remember when I finally got into football and I was watching college football, because I used to go to FSU, go Noles. There were times where teams would come and they would all take a kneel on the turf, or I think it's the gridiron. They'd take a knee on the turf and pray together, and I found that to be so interesting. It's really, really cool. Anyway, back to it.
Really the same thing I've always, like, since week 1. I mean, I've gotten a pretty good routine on what I like to do pregame, and we got a little extra time off this morning to come into the stadium because we didn't play till 3:30. So I was just relaxing, just watching a movie, you know, just chilling, going over my plays and going over some film, just really just crossing every T, dotting every I, just like I always do. So it was a really good ramp up. The crowd was already, like, this is the first time I've seen our stadium kind of full pregame. You know, of course we were rocking, like, the whole, like, it was loud. That was probably the loudest I've heard a stadium in my life. But like pregame, it's not a lot of people all the time, regular season, because we played so early. So now to like finally like an afternoon game to see like the crowd, that helps us a lot, like get the energy going. So we appreciate everybody coming out, but yeah, it was cool.
I just want to say how awesome it is that D'Amico, CJ, and the rest of the squad have galvanized this franchise. Because, guys, this franchise was a dumpster fire just a year ago. It was such a dumpster fire just a year ago. And these guys have turned it around in 1 year. It's not like it took some time and they developed habits and all that. 1 year, they've turned it around. And then blew the brakes off of the number one defense, 45-14. Oh my goodness, what a time, guys. What a time.
Yeah, Bobby did a great job today, like he always does. I mean, his job, of course, is to call the plays, and he called it, we ball it, So he knew to mix it up a little bit. We wanted to throw the ball early, just to set the tone that we were gonna not shy away from anything. And LT did a great job against Miles and that front. Our line did a great job. And I think when you have OC that's going to be aggressive and take care of the football, really that's a recipe for success, So we're a very explosive team. We showed we can run the ball today too, which is great. And I think this is the best that we've played so far. Yeah, we played 4-quarter football this week, and that's what you want to do towards the back end. So Bobby did a great job. Our O-line, our tight ends, running backs, our receivers, our defense, scoring points. We talk about that all the time. So it's really cool to see it come to fruition. It shows you that whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish, man. D'Amico's led this team with great confidence, and that confidence rubbed off on everybody. And we're all holding each other to a certain standard. And like I said before, I'm really excited to be with my brothers.
Absolutely right about that, y'all.
Week,
Heed into those words.
Because who knows, next year it's not going to be the same team. So that's just kind of how the league goes. But we got another week to go prove ourselves right and try to win a game.
Hey, CJ, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Do you think you and this team are still improving?
I mean, you can always say there's things to work on, and we're going to look back and look at plays that we want back, of course. But that's kind of just how football goes, So we're playing our best ball as of right now. These last 3 weeks, really. So that's really what you want.
Sarge.
CJ, throughout this season, your mantra, yours and your teammates' mantra has been "Why not us?" Do you think that you proved that today?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think everybody counting us out. And at the end of the day, like I told y'all before, like, people can talk. That's all they can do, They can just talk and watch. We're the ones out there to play. We're the other ones making plays, and it's cool just to see, just like we at Ohio State we used to call it Woody versus the world. Like here I think we should call it like NRG versus the world, or Houston versus the world. So it's cool just to be able to be playing at a high level right now, and it's not about what people say. In the playoffs, it's 0-0. Everybody's at a clean slate, and if that's the number one defense, man, they are really the number one defense. They're really good. They have a great pass rush, linebackers flying around. The DBs are really good, and I just think they show like what we are too.
Okay, he's absolutely right. People are always going to talk, guys. Like, people are always going to talk no matter what you do, no matter what kind of heights you're trying to reach. People are going to talk about you. But the great thing about it is if they're not talking about you, you're not doing things that are big enough, right? If you've got people talking bad about you or just talking about you in general, that means you're doing something big enough for them to notice, and that's a good thing for you. But you're not supposed to pay attention to them talking about you badly or saying all these other things. What you need to do is just focus up and do what you need to do and get the stuff done, right? Whatever task you have, whatever goal you want to accomplish, get it done, no matter what, guys. And then he also brought up how it's 0-0, it's a clean slate. That's another thing I love about the NFL and the playoffs. It doesn't matter what the season gave you or what you did in the season, what accolades you've accomplished, what you didn't accomplish. In the playoffs, it's one-on-one football. That's why I think football is a huge coaches league. It's a coaches league because one game, even if you mess up a little bit, one game and it's over. Like, you're going home. Look at Cleveland. Cleveland had the number one defense. They had the number one defense, and CJ even mentioned it. I know he's lying when he said, oh, they had the number one defense, their linebackers were great and all that. Mate, they blew the back out of the number one. Okay, sorry, did I just say blew the back? They blew the doors off of the number one defense, 45-14, guys. 45-14, the number one defense in the NFL. That just shows you that in the playoffs, it doesn't matter what you did in the regular season. It's about that day game plan. End of story. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, I think Laramie's definitely a top player in his league, top 5, top 3, top 2, not 2. You know, his Laramie's a dog, man. He's was the first person to contact me really after I got drafted, and he I don't know what he's seen, but he's seen something special in me. He always let me know, and that instilled a lot of confidence in me because, I mean, he's a Pro Bowler every year. You see him going against some of the top defensive ends and holding down. You know, so I'm super appreciative of him. He's a brother that I can ask him for anything, and he's always there for me, and I'm always there for him. So he did a great job tonight. Our O-line did a great job as well. Mike second the point, Shaq, George, Juice, you know, of course LT and our tight ends doing a great job, and our back. So we knew that was a key to victory that we needed to block well up front, and we did that. So.
I just want to give a big shout out to Laramie. Laramie almost got injured. I saw there was a play in the game where one of his front linemen landed on his knee and he almost got injured. But then he stuck it out and stuck in the game. Laramie's one tough O lineman. That's one tough O lineman. Shout out Laramie. What a great game plan and what a dog. He's absolutely right, CJ. Laramie's one hell of a dog. But back to it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody knows I play quarterback now, so we got the best quarterback players on Twitter and Instagram. So I mean, I really wasn't what the play was designed for. wasn't supposed to go to Metch. It was really supposed to go to Dalton. And I mean, I just had to be patient, you know, and just let Dalton work. And my Beck really was the reason why that play was even executed, because Beck had the hardest block and he held it down, you know, and gave me enough time to do my job. And yeah, it was a cool play, man. Like, I'm really happy for Dalt, really happy for Beck, you know, and I think even like Metch, he showed up big time today. He showed what he can do, and I mean he's going to be a great receiver for me for a long, long time, and I can't wait to keep working with my guys. And the starters just began, you know, so we just want to keep going.
You know, okay, so something you need to understand when it comes to sports, it's a lot of momentum shifts, right? It's about momentum shifts. There was a time in the first half when Dalton dropped a pass and he was wide open. Dalton Schultz dropped the pass, wide open, no defensive pressure. That could have sunk the Houston Rockets because at the time, I think they were trailing and they needed a score in order to take the lead, right? But Dalton dropped the pass, right? He dropped the pass, and that momentum shift could have buried the Houston Rockets. But I'll give them props. They stuck to it, and in the second half, like, I don't know what Kevin Stefanski and his coordinators were thinking, but they didn't score nothing. They didn't stop nothing. The number 1 rated defense, yo. Number 1. It's crazy.
I don't know. I don't really have that type of mindset to where I think about like the lows anymore. I mean, of course, like losing isn't fun, and but I feel like every loss that I've taken this year in this league, like I can look back and know that I learned a lot from that. You know, I'm still really young. I know you guys don't consider me a rookie, but I'm still learning a lot. You know, and I'm learning on the fly. And I'm blessed enough to be with a group of guys that hold me to a standard. I hold myself to an even higher standard. And I think the way we come in and work, that we really honestly forget about all the bad things. And, of course, want to get the problems fixed. But I couldn't point one out, man. I just think everything that all the losses and all the things that I've learned is really just teaching moments, you know. So I'm blessed enough to even have those teaching moments and still be able to be playing right now. And, yeah. All right, Charles. God bless.
Okay, so that was the end of that. Let me just go ahead and run the stats for you so you guys understand what happened. In terms of the overview, the passing yards, the game leaders were CJ Stroud and obviously Joe Flacco. CJ had 274 yards. Joe Flacco had 307 yards, so he beat them there. But CJ had 3 TDs and no interceptions. Joe Flacco had 1 TD and 2 interceptions, okay? We got Devin Singletary and Kareem Hunt. These are for the rushing yards. 13 carries for Devin, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. 8 carries for Kareem, 26 yards, 1 touchdown. And then when we go into receiving yards, we have Nico Collins, 6 receptions for 96 yards and 1 touchdown. And then David Njoku, 7 receptions and 93 yards. I'm a big fan of David Njoku. I don't know why they didn't use him more. How do you only get 93 yards? You should have gotten more yards than that. Especially in the second half when like these, I don't know what Kevin Stefanski, what was he doing? It just doesn't make any sense. But shout out to the Houston Texans. Shout out to the, well, Cleveland Brown. I say shout out, but you know, guys. But that's it for today's video. I want to thank you so much for watching and having fun with me as we look at CJ Stroud give his thoughts on the game. The goal again of 2024 is to build a community around this channel. So if you know of anybody who might be interested in such topics, let them know about this channel. Let them come in and watch the content, and also comment anything, ideas that they have. Also, let me know your views on this down below. Comment what you thought about the game, what you thought Stefanski did wrong, what you thought that D'Amico did right? Let me know. And also, as always, if you did enjoy, please like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts, guys. I'm very interested to build this community and also get to know everybody's opinions on that. But other than that, that is it for this video. I want to thank you again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Peace. And go NFL playoffs, baby! Let's go.